Thanks, Matt. We're just over an hour away from Ohio's wrestling match against Big East West Virginia. And I'm joined alongside by Coach Joel Greenlee. Now, Coach, this is a young squad in the Ohio wrestling team, but tonight is senior night, and it's all about the seniors. What can you say about this senior class? Thanks, Alex. The Ohio Bobcats wrestling team has drank from the fountain of youth for this season. With a lineup full of underclassmen, the team has just 3 seniors on the roster. Well, I'm here with Coach Greenlee and Jeremy Johnson, the 7th best wrestler in the country. And today we're going to demonstrate the scoring system of wrestling. And Coach Greenlee is going to help me out with that. And Jeremy Johnson is going to be demonstrating on me. That's why I'm in the singlet right now. So hopefully he goes a little easy on me. We'll see what happens, though. Yeah, that's right, Blake. Officiating is often underappreciated in sports. Siblings Mike and Joan Froof have officiated numerous sports for over 30 years. The most satisfying part of their job is being there for the kids. Sports are a family affair. For Joan and Mike Froof, sports are also a job, and their job is one of the most unforgiving, but it has made their bond stronger.
I think it is something that we can do together, and you know, it's something we can talk about, and we go to meetings together, and that makes it definitely does make it so you can be closer.
For them, being a referee is not about the money.
Over the years, I've worked far more games at Little League level, Little League baseball, softball, whatever, that I never got paid for.
The biggest reason that we referee at and we've refereed at every level, that, you know, varsity and down, is because we do it so the kids can play.
I would encourage people to not necessarily enter into officiating for the money, because it's more about the kids and the integrity and the sportsmanship than it is about the money.
Joan Froof, despite her gender, has earned the respect from many coaches. She is the most tenured female official for football in the state of Ohio.
You just really wanted people to be able to look at you not as a female official, just as an official. And my mom always said I didn't look like a girl out there, I just looked like I was really short and had a ponytail.
Clearly, the Froofs enjoy what they do and have had a lot of fun working together over the years. Right here, they're piling it on again as Kyle Roush goes over the middle. He takes it all the way, 41 yards for the touchdown. And Wahama is now the TVC Hawking champion with the win. They win 28-6.
All right, Wahama clearing that last hurdle. Now they are once again back-to-back TVC Hockey champions. Their second year in the league. It's their second championship in this conference. When you look at this team as a whole, what is it about this team that makes them so successful in the hockey?
Well, they have so many ways to beat you. Besides Anthony Grimm and Isaac Lee, they got a lot of players that can run, catch the passes, and get into the end zone. And of course, they have big plays all the time happening for the offense. They play offense and defense very well, so a very tough team. And they proved it every week in the TVC Hawking so far. Okay, so on the other side of things, South Gallia, they fall to 6-2 now. Surely they'll stay in that playoff picture, though, Division 6. What can they take out of tonight as a positive, if anything? Well, they did play very well. They did force 5 turnovers, and they still have a chance at the playoffs. They play Waterford. They'll get some points if they beat them. And then, of course, Sims Valley. If they win that game, that'll be huge, and they'll likely make the playoffs if they beat them. The Ohio basketball team is in need of a win, and fast. And tonight, the Green and White have an opportunity to get back in the win column as they take on the Kent State Golden Flashes. Ohio, after starting the season 12-1, has lost 3 out of their last 4 games, including 2 conference losses. As for the opposition, they have won 4 out of 5 coming into this game. And we are now going to go live to the Convocation Center to talk with WOUB's Blake Brody. Blake, obviously a tough test for Ohio. What can the Bobcats expect out of this Kent State team? Imagine having 6 children, all of which are boys and all of which play football. And that sounds crazy, right? But for Ron and Terry Branch, this is a reality. And their youngest son, Jamin, is in his senior year at Wahama High School and is the final branch of a very talented family tree.
Never thought that we'd have this many children, and we never thought that we'd have all sons as it is.
The Branch brothers' football journey began at St. Mary's High School. With every brother playing football, sibling rivalry is an understatement.
My wife won't even play games with us anymore because it doesn't matter if we're playing Monopoly or Rummy, we're going to argue and the game's going to end up with somebody being mad and storming out.
It could be, I don't know who can spit the farthest, and we would try to outperform each other.
The one thing with all of us is that we were all trying to outdo the one that came before us, so whether that was on football or just anything generally in life, set the tone for us to be successful people in life.
In 2002, the Branches grew closer together as a family. Aaron, the third oldest brother, was killed in a car accident. Aaron was the first of the Branch brothers to play at Wahama High School.
Never envisioned that a son would die before I did.
Aaron was the golden child, we all say. He got away with things at home, I think, that none of us would never even consider saying or doing. He was a good athlete.
Out of all the brothers, I think Aaron and I resembled a lot of each other out on the football field. And it was always a compliment to me. People would say, "Hey, you look like Aaron out there on the football field." And I always took that to heart.
Ever since 5th grade, I've always worn the number 48, just as a symbol for my brother.
As the years have passed, the youngest, Jamin, has followed in his older brother's footsteps.
Being the youngest, I've definitely learned a lot from my older brothers, especially to be a leader on the field and off the field. They've set the example for their team, and they've taught me how to set the example for my team, and I feel that I've succeeded in that role for my team.
My wife and I are so very proud of them. They're on their way to good careers, and I believe to make a difference in the society.
The brothers' father, Ron Branch, surprisingly never played football, and the boys say their mother, Terry, is the one they go to from all the tough love they get.
All right, Nick, that's a really cool story from the Branch family. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. But Blake, do you like the movie Transformers?
Love it.
Yeah, well, Jamin Branch is going to turn into a school bus and just simply lay out Brandon Dorsey here. And on their first possession, Trenton Gibbs throws an interception to Storm Rushing. That's a fun name.
Wahama, they're coming in against Pocahontas. What can they expect in that matchup tomorrow night?
Well, maybe the true question for them is, can they paint with all the colors of the wind?
Disney reference?
Yeah, I had to make a Disney reference there. Well, they need to get Austin Keefe going in the running game. He has been shut down in his first 2 games. However, he's been hurt since 2-a-days, and Coach Phil Fairs wasn't sure if he was going to be ready for tonight's game. Keefe was in the lineup, though, and the Tomcats were ready to go. Feeling a little tired, a little hungry. I think I'll eat my... I was gonna eat that.
Keep biking.
All right. Well, I just finished with Jeremy. How do you think I did, though? I think I did pretty well. I felt like I was able to get most of the moves off, or, well, some of them. I tried my best.
We'll just say you're not ranked 7th in the country. Somewhere lower than that.
Like 8th?
Yeah, maybe a little bit lower than that.
Maybe a little lower than that. Well, apparently I'm the 8th best wrestler in the country. And, well, Grant, I'll send it back to you for the Bobcat Sports Showcase.